What's up guys, it's Zach, and today we're going to be talking about the ROG Ally, the Z1 Extreme. Now, I've had this product for over a year. I got it on launch day, I did pre-order it, and so I thought I would have enough information to give you based off of games I've played and how the experience has been over the past year, and would I be getting the ROG Ally X. So, one thing that I will say for this product in particular, it is fantastic. I love it. I use it on occasion. I don't use it as a main gaming device. I do have a main gaming PC, and I prefer to play most of my games off of there, mainly because I play like Apex Legends and games like that. Now, this device is kind of the perfect cozy game device, in the sense of you can get more time out of it if you play cozier games. So your Stardew Valley, your even the game I have running at the moment, which is Traveler's Rest, these are all games that make this device feel fun on the go. Now, can it play Apex Legends? Yes, it can. It can target around 60 FPS, depending on your settings, but there is still a stutter, and I think that comes down to the system's RAM. It's not quite there, and the way that the system handles RAM, again, it's just like your iPhone or your MacBook or one of those devices that has integrated graphics, right? But with also integrated RAM. So it's just a system on a chip, and it's more in like a PlayStation, just kind of underpowered. Now, plugging it into a wall outlet using the 30-watt turbo mode does net you that sustainability that you might need in some games. So Apex Legends, don't recommend playing handheld, but you can definitely play it plugged in. Other things that I would like to know is battery life, and that's why I said more of a cozy game, because the battery life on this is not exceptional at all. In fact, I would say it's absolutely garbage. Now, I have mine normally set to the 80% charging to protect the battery health over time. But if I know I'm going to need to play it for a little longer, I will bypass that, which you can do anytime you plug in. It will ask you most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, and so you have to go in there and manually override it, but that's okay. But yes, the device is such a cozy game device that I definitely recommend it if you are into Stardew Valley and those kind, maybe Minecraft. But yeah, Diablo 4 works fantastic on this device. It is absolutely great. And again, I use this mainly on the go for cozy gaming, but if I want to sit on the couch and just enjoy time with my significant other, then yeah, I'm going to plug this into the wall outlet next to the couch, and it's going to be screaming those fans away while I play. And that's okay. They have a Steam Deck, I have an ROG Ally. In some instances, his battery life is fantastic, while my battery life sucks, but I also can do Xbox gaming and all these other things, and that's why I preferred this one. That's why I made that decision, is I wanted to play Xbox games through Game Pass without there being a bunch of hoops, right? So if you plan on playing PC games and you want Xbox Game Pass and all those other third-party launchers, I would say that this device is fantastic. On the contrary, if you just plan on playing your Steam library and you have a lot of just cozy games and like Diablo, because the Steam Deck plays that fantastically, the Steam Deck is just fine. And there are plenty of other channels out there that give Steam Deck reviews with all the performance stats. That's not what this is. This is just me telling you, as a casual user of this device, how I use it to hopefully, if you are looking into getting the Z1, the Z1 Extreme, or the Z1 Extreme, but the X ROG X variant, which one maybe you should get. Now, the X has a gigantic battery in comparison to this, and that's one reason I even thought about gaming or selling this and grabbing that one. It also has 2 USB ports, which is fantastic for when you need to plug in and also do other things, maybe peripherals. And it has a couple other things it does better. It has more system memory, or system RAM, and memory. And so you can push it a little harder in those titles that seem like the system is just bogged down by not having enough RAM. Where, again, that's where I feel like this one chokes up. Now, again, settings can kind of mitigate this, but things like Apex Legends, that really does seem to be the factor here. There's just not enough RAM to go around for the CPU and the GPU. And no matter how much you either do it on auto or not, eventually it just gets bogged down. But again, I play some cozy games from time to time, and it's fantastic. The battery life is decent because you can put it in a 10-watt mode in most of them, the 15-watt mode in the others. But if you want an ROG Ally that you can take on the go, and you know in the car you want even more battery life, or you want more performance in those performance modes, then the ROG Ally X is the one for you. If you want to skim a little bit of money and get the Z1, just the normal ROG Ally with the Z1 Extreme in it, then you can push that battery life, but you're going to have to find games that work around it. So if you have a long car ride, I recommend just getting either finding a game that really works well in that 10-watt mode, or getting a 65-watt charger for the car that you can then play in turbo mode. The other thing is, even with the X, which I think I'm waiting for the ROG Ally 2, we hear some rumors that AMD is working on the Z2 and Z2 Extreme variants. So maybe we'll get an ROG Ally 2 next year. I want an OLED panel, and I want it to be a bright panel, because I'm out here gaming, and in this cozy game, it's fine. I can see it. I'll show you some footage of me in the hammock playing this exact game, so you can kind of see what I mean. The reflections are quite there, and I have a tempered glass protector on top, and that probably doesn't help. But yeah, I wish there was a bit more brightness in these outdoor environments. Not that I'm gaming outdoor much, but even in the car, sometimes the lighting's just a bit too much. But it's okay. It's not terrible. Like you'll still be able to see the display. And right now I can see the display. It's fine. But you can see with the glare, depending on how it is, really, really matters. So yeah, these are just some quick thoughts on the ROG Ally. It plays games like Diablo 4 just fine. It plays Civilization, it plays Stardew Valley, it plays your Xbox games just fine. And then you can even stream with Xbox Game Pass, so you can ink out even more battery life and just stream to the cloud if that's what you want. I would love to see Xbox come out. This, to me, is the perfect Xbox handheld, especially with Game Pass, and most games run decently well. If you are going to get a handheld like this one, you have to learn to dial in those settings, dial in even the system settings, whether you're going to play 720p, 900p, or 1080p. I keep mine in 900p most of the time, I hardly go 1080p, or if it's an intensive game, I might go down to 720p just to ink out as much as I can. And yeah, just really dial in those fans, really dial in everything that you can. Speaking of battery life, just in the short time of making this video, I've been running this game in the background. I had it in the hammock, and now we're over here, and we've already dropped like 20-30%. So that's what my one complaint is battery life, and they did fix that on the X. So do, again, if you want to ink out more and just spend a little bit of extra money, just go ahead and get the X. I think it is a well worth it money-wise upgrade. But if not, then it is a good device. Just make sure you have a wall port nearby. And that's my only complaint. But hopefully the next one will have OLED and this at least the same battery as the X, and everything will be fine. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you like this. I am trying to make as much content as I can this week. We have the iPhone 16 Pro launch. I did get it. It is in my hand right here, actually. So if you want to see that video that is coming, we're going to review the camera first. And then I'll give my overall impressions and how the heat management in it is working, because my phones always get hot because, one, I live in Texas, and two, I'm a crazy heavy user. So I will see you in that one. See you later. And this is what the speakers are like. See if I can get that directly in front of the mic.
I'm not ready yet.
They're very, very good.
I do not have enough spirit.
The only thing I wish is this was an OLED panel, but other than that, it's really, really good. Really good panel. You don't have to do the square, but I just am doing it so you can see in the video. But in this one, you can pretty much use the 10-watt mode. Let me turn off the music for now. Okay. And let's kind of show you the performance of every mode. So let's just do a training. Replay. We're in the 10-watt mode. Here, I'll unplug it. Get speakers. And we're getting 120. Yeah, in the 10-watt mode. So this would be a good one to play for a while. You could even go up to the 15-watt mode if you just wanted to make sure you just didn't have any issues, but that's a lot of effects on the screen to, you know, still be running at 120. Oh, actually, we're in the turbo mode. I lied. Let's start over. Okay, we're going to test this in the 10-watt mode. We're at 120 frames per second because we just... Okay, so we're about 44 frames per second if you just wanted to get the battery life. He saw Chase and said, nope. Okay, we can go up to the 15-watt mode and kind of see here. Yeah, so at least the 15-watt mode if you want over that 60 FPS, and it looks like 15-watt mode is just enough to do 120 now. So I really don't see the point in going any higher than that. And then that way you get the better battery life, but you could always go into the 25-watt mode